Tragedy that should have never happened. And to all those affected, I want to say, we are deeply sorry.
Because I know main objective-wise, I have to get past Measurehead, and I'm not quite sure how to do that,
Inside,
to be honest with
you
you.
see a set of steering levers, a radio
Hey,
microphone,
Jelly.
a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can I talk to the doctor?
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
What do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
I was told to call Lazarus. People are worried about me.
Oh, it's you.
I think I've had a heart attack. Well, No, I didn't have a heart attack. I've lost my memory, all of it.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised? Okay, anything
What
else?
I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you, or
He
doesn't
care. You know who I am? I think I've had a heart... Isn't there anything you could do for me?
You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yes, I want the
you
truth!
want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium...
I have been eating magnesium.
Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
So it's political.
Oh.
You're being neglected because of political reasons.
I failed a rhetoric.
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
God damn it, Mactorson.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Doc, someone broke my heart.
Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her.
Wait, pumped and dumped.
That's what the guys say, officer. That some chick pumped you and then dumped you, threw you away like an empty juice carton.
Do you know who this person was if I told
must
you?
have me confused for a close personal friend. I am not. I am a medical professional with a constant idiot emergency on my hands.
You hear someone whine in the background. My eye, Doc, my eye.
I think I've had a heart
You
attack?
survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Yes.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also,
Jeez.
death is a natural part of life.
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest goes too.
It's true. You know who I am?
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me.
Can you tell me who I am?
Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do.
Guess that's it for now.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Anything else about the boots?
Not yet. But I was able to convince the database people to sell private sector information. They promised to get back to me by 57th over and...
In the cabin, you see...
Yeah, I know. It was... Wait, not human? I think it's supposed to just be a joke, that I'm just a walking sack of shit and alcohol at this point. Here.
Is this about the questions again?
Do you have a
'Cause
warehouse?
I don't really know anything.
Oh, I'm working where you and Mink and everyone else works.
A warehouse? I don't
You know.
know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Turns back to her magazine. Alright, so it's not a warehouse.
Room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Can you pour me a drink?
I have a shaker in my hand. Is this a shaker?
I have no idea what my badge is. I've just taken a
not
picture.
shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation.
No, there's nothing
Am
there.
I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this?
Shakes his imaginary shaker.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Because you're not a bartender?
That's right. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, you need to insert alcohol into my mouth.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want
Oh,
that out
good.
of a
I'm
glass
glad your
or a
daggers look
pineapple?
nice. It's really nice. I want it out of a pineapple.
Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
Oh, hello, dear.
Your husband's a scientist?
Yes. A zoologist.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
He's a
My
Bigfoot hunter.
apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. One specializing in animal species that are searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless.
I'm a
And
cryptid.
frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic.
Suggestion. Let me see if I have some clothes to pump.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
I saw the statue.
Ah, yes, King Philip III on his steed, a reminder of what
Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine. Cocainum.
Cocainum.
Sounds like our kind of king.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems like the king should take care of his people before himself.
A nation is only as strong as its leader.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The carabiner doesn't reply, but no one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come.
Right.
Composure. Alright, give me a second. Let me see if I have any composure boosters. I do not. Do I have any composure losers? Composure's getting a +1 right now. Let's risk it. It was a white check.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner...
As Rennie
Ah.
turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and
His
his
ribcage
ribcage
lifted.
lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at Cross.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure,
Cross of Valor.
The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Look at Sun.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
Did you get them for...
bravery.
Not for killing babies or raping women? That's what I was gonna say, bravery.
I'm sure. but I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
I don't know the reputation of anything. I don't even recognize the war.
Son, we should never forget our past. Lots of mistakes were made back then, but there were also lessons. Forgetting those times means the mistakes were for nothing. That all those people died for nothing.
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off the memory lane.
I got nothing to do till 2100, so what did you get the medals for?
Doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Saved a princeling. Listener name, I want to hear that story later, but I have important business. Saved a princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire.
Ooh.
Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious.
Were they now?
King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
He really despises that dry sand fellow.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
No, it's not.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Must have been a bloodbath.
I was shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Jeez.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
That's his right
Hang
thigh.
on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
Okay, what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
Can't imagine living without my jaw. That would never happen to Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw is tight.
He didn't.
He didn't.
I hoisted
Wow.
the prick on my back and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job.
Right.
Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty.
Sounds like you're being...
in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drison. 2 days later, that was.
Wow.
And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Looks like a good moment to express an opinion. I don't want to risk it. Oh. Hold on. You're just a little bit proud of Renee's heroics.
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
I don't want to be mean. I don't want to risk it.
Bon Dieu. You and Gaston must be related. His blood runs yellow too.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer.
No.
They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Why do you not like Dryset so
Because
much?
he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it.
Doesn't like
Royal
nepotism.
blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 Royal Carabiniers are dead because of his incompetence.
Thanks for the story.
Bah, there were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Office.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
It's a white check. But because I threw the ball into the sea, I got very low chance of getting it. I have a couple clothes that could boost up drama, though. Let's say I know I have a drama boosters. +1 drama. Make sure I don't have any minus dramas. Okay, let me see what we got now.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity
8% chance.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything.
Had a dog.
worth
Took a shit on it.
You should resort.
Had
to
dog
good old
Fifi. Took her
life.
fishing late one autumn, but the boat rocked. She fell in, so I jumped after.
The carabiner stares at you with a frown. Doesn't look like he's buying it.
Actually, never mind. I don't want to lie.
What do you want, officer?